Hey guys, Coach Larry coming at you with hitting tip of the day. We had to re-record this because one of my players ended up hitting the pause or actually taking off the camera for me. So I get asked all the time, how can I repeat a good swing? One of my favorite drills of all time is tee, back net, line drive, repeat it as many times as possible. So basically it's line drive and you're trying to hit the ball anywhere between that 6 to 8, maybe 6 to 10 feet in the air. Here's the issue. There's a lot of new school guys that really hate this idea. It's like, how many times you hit that ball in a game like that? Well, if you hit it 90 plus mile an hour and you hit it 6 to 8 feet in the air, that's still gonna go through the infield. But that's not what we're working on. I always use the analogy like when a boxer's working on the speed bag, right? When a boxer's working on footwork, he's working on little things that help him complete him as a boxer. He's not just sparring all the time, 24/7. He's working on little things that build him into a complete boxer. This is one of those things. So hitting is a skill, right? And people kind of forget that. Being able to repeat things and do something over and over and over where it's unconscious and you can master it. You listen to Conor McGregor talk, he's like, I don't have talent. I have skill that I have developed by repetition over and over and over and over and over, and he's mastered what he's done. And I think people forget that mastery is something you want to achieve when it comes to hitting. You're never perfect, but you're working toward that mastery. This is something where you can work on that's going to help you a ton. So whether you're working on it low, middle, or high tee, I preferably love high tee the most to work on a quick short motion of maybe feeling the hands across the face or hands across the chest. And you're working on hitting a line drive that back net as many times as possible. I would personally, when I would play, I would hit with a whole bucket and I would try to hit it on a line to that back net, basically about 6 feet in the air, maybe a little taller, maybe 8 feet. That was kind of my sweet spot. That's why I talk about it. The cage is here about 16 feet high. I allow our guys to go all the way up to like that 15-foot range, but I want them hitting the back net. I don't want to hit them the sides. I don't want to hit the top. I want to hit that straight on a line. So every guy that comes in, it's certain times of the year we focus on certain drills. With this right here, depending on the guy, I'll set the tee up, and I'm using tennis balls right now for the demonstration, but I'll set the tee up and say I'm aiming for the top seam, right, to attack the ball, or maybe I'm aiming for the low seam if I have guys that kind of chop with the ball. Everybody's a little bit different, but you want to find where that goal is and where to attack. Sometimes I'll line up the seams up like this, or work on the inside seam or the outside seam. I love working with tennis balls, so we do tennis balls with kind of like a thunder stick, tennis balls with a PVC, tennis balls with the insider bat. And we use it with the rack turns. We use it with a lot of things. I also like tennis ball to actually swing with a regular bat because you have to hit this perfect in order for it to be on line. If you slightly miss a baseball, you can still have a good piece. I love the tennis ball because it's not very forgiving. It bounces, moves around a lot, helps guys stay through the ball. Also, the spin is a little off and a little weird if you mishit it. So what we focus on here is all I'm trying to do, I want to make sure that I'm striding dead even with the ball. Dead even with the ball for the contact point to work straight through the middle of the field. I got some guys, so I have some people that kind of push at the ball. If someone pushes here, I step them a little bit further back. Actually, the guy in the video I do this for, the guy's recording for me that screwed up the video the first time, right? So when I stride, maybe I'm an inch behind the tee here, okay? So if I'm an inch behind, now on my stride foot, now I have to really focus on my hands getting out front. So if you got people that kind of drop their hands, they push, they do a little bit extra spine angle, their trunk falls forward and they kind of get in this action, that'll help them stay through. It'll also force them to not come around the ball. Some guys have to stride a little bit out front to kind of work on keeping their hands inside as well. There's little different things. I'm not going to get into all those details today. I'm just going to work on straight through the middle of the field. And this is the analogy I use. Why is hitting straight line drives straight through the middle of the net, why is this effective? Because a lot of guys are like, well, that's not what you're trying to do in the game. I'm trying to master my swing. I'm trying to master a quick first movement, trying to master my barrel, getting into the zone and staying through the ball. Just like a boxer on the speed bag. I'm working on speed, right? I'm working on efficiency. Boxing is called the sweet science for a reason. Hitting is the same thing. We're trying to combine a bunch of things, right? Speed, power, strength, but also sight, seeing the ball, adapting the ball, balance, all of these things. If I can repeat a swing over and over and over, whether it's waist high, chest high, knee high, right through the middle of the field, let's divide the play into 5 parts. So I got inside pitches, I got middle inside, middle away, and outside. If I'm able to repeat a swing, line drive, I always use the 80% rule. I want to be 80% effective, 80% perfect on my drills. So if I'm doing 100 reps of this, I want 80% of them to be on a line, absolute piss rods right through the middle of the net. If I'm able to achieve this over and over and over and over, now I don't even have to think. I see a fastball up in the zone, bang, I'm attacking straight through. I get my swing off. I don't have to think. Also, it allows me to cover 3/5 of the plate. So now, if it's middle in, middle, or middle away, I don't even have to think, I react. Fastball up, fastball down, whatever it is, I've hit that pitch off the tee, thousands and thousands and thousands of reps, see the ball, hit ball. That's what you want. You want to have the ability where you don't have to think, it's unconscious, you react and you go. And you've done that swing so many times, second nature. So I'll just give you a couple reps with the tennis ball, kind of see how I do. I didn't even take any practice, so we'll see. I want to work straight on line drive. That first one was perfect. It was about 6 feet in the air, nice and smooth. So if like I said, if I got guys that collapse here, or they get too big, or they kind of hit the tee, I might set the seams up and I might aim for that top seam to flatten their swing out. Does that mean I'm chopping on the ground? No, it means I'm trying to flatten the swing out to get the barrel going through the zone on a line. If I have guys that are chopping here, again, I might work on a feel versus real, bottom of the ball. You've got to create that atmosphere and kind of being aware of, okay, what's his swing doing? What are his flaws? What are his mistakes? But the beauty about this, you can do this with one arms. You can do a top hand, bottom hand, doesn't matter. You can work on trying to master. That one was hit really well, just a little too high. So I want to get that and flatten that out a little bit more. And just repeat this swing over and over and over until how many times I can work on hitting that line drive straight through and mastering that line drive. Everybody's a little bit different, meaning you see certain guys go and do this drill. Some guys might struggle in the beginning. It's okay. Just watch them as an instructor, watch them as a coach, as a parent, doesn't matter. See where their mistakes are. See where their stride position needs to be. See where their front shoulder's going. What is their foot doing? Are they spinning off the ball? Because there's certain mechanical things you can work on. So if you got guys that aren't getting enough separation between the stride and swing, and maybe they're swinging at the same time, that's when we would go stride pause, and then we try to work on that line drive in the stride pause position so they can get a little separation, get heel connection when they attack. So hitting tip of the day, line drive straight to the middle off the tee. Great drill, phenomenal drill. It's old school. I did it a ton of times. I saw a lot of guys that played with the South Alabama that did it, you know, played in the MLB. There's a lot of guys that actually attack this day in and day out still to this day. Use a little bit of that new school and old school, combine that drill, attack that, start using this in your routine as a hitter, coach, parent. It'll help you guys out. Hitting tip of the day, Coach Laird, out.